20 years after the worst terror attack in American history, when 3,000 people lost their lives in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania, are Americans any safer than we were? We need to forever remember the horrors of 9/11 so we never see something like it again. To help us with that, please welcome back to the show former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Mayor, this day, 20 years later, I'm sure still lives in your soul, perhaps more than any other American, because it was in your city where the worst of it happened.
There are memories from that day, Mike, that I can't even, if I bring them back. I just finished a couple of days of, meeting with and talking to all the people that work with me, and we reviewed a lot of things I didn't remember, things I had shut out of my mind. Like, first thing that really hit me about how terrible this was, I saw a man as I was approaching the fire department command post. I saw a man jump out of the 100th floor, and I watched him, and I said to myself, I can't even think about this now. I got to think about it later. And then I saw about 4 or 5 other people do it. I had forgotten that.
Wow.
I actually blocked it out for the last 20 years. And then I was talking to one of the police chiefs that was with me. He said, Mayor, we even commented on it. I said, yeah, you're right. I just had blocked that out. But I mean, the city responded to it brilliantly. I mean, people ask me, would we have the same spirit now? I mean, immediately the flags came out.
Yeah.
And the firefighters put the flag up. It looked like Iwo Jima. It gave you the sense, boy, these guys are going to fight back. No, we're not going to sit back and take this. And then every place you go, I went up West Side Drive with President Bush. They were all cheering and yelling for him. And this is a Democratic stronghold in the city. I told them, Mr. President, these people didn't vote for me or Governor Pataki or you. But look at this. They're all one now. And unfortunately, I don't know that it would be that way today.
A lot of people have said that we're kind of like living a September 10th mindset all over again, as if it never happened. And I'm particularly struck by what you just said. There was a spirit of patriotism across the country. America was one. We were all together, and we recognized that we as a country were attacked. And a lot of those people in that building, you knew them personally, firemen and policemen who died that day. Mayor, you knew those people. This was not abstract. These were friends of yours. And how did you separate personal feelings?
I mean, I lost a lot of friends in that building, and people that I just saw like 20 minutes before. Father Judge, who taught me how to explain to people death. I mean, the first firefighters who died, I was only mayor about 2 months, and we had to go to the house of one of them and explain that her son was dead. And I said, Father, how do I do this? And he just said, just hug him and tell him that they were wonderful and heroes. And he said, if you walk in as the mayor, you don't know who you are. To them, it'll be something very special. And then just do what comes natural. And he used to guide me through that because I was a lawyer. I didn't have any experience in telling a mother her son is gone. And we lost him. He was the first body we found. And I felt like I have to do this all by myself now. I don't have my crutch, Father Judge. The way I did it was I just said to myself, you can't think about that now. If you think about that now, the people of the city are watching you. And you break up and start crying, the whole city's going to start crying. You got to talk to them honestly. You got to let them know how bad it is. But you got to end every press conference on an optimistic note. And I had a great city behind me. But it's much worse today, Governor, than it was. I mean, what Biden did in the last 4 weeks has made this 20th anniversary hell. I just finished talking to my deputy mayor, Rudy Washington, who was a hero and actually got seriously affected by the smoke down there, lost part of a lung. But he said to me, I have to make a statement. I was interviewing him on radio. I got to make a statement because I'm brokenhearted. It's like we're back where we used to be with the Al-Qaeda working with the Taliban. And we got a president that's already gotten 13 people killed. We don't know how many more he's going to get killed, and he leaves people behind. It's disgraceful.
Well, Mayor, one thing America saw that day was something we long for today, and that's competent leadership. You provided it, not just for New York City. Mayor, you provided it for the country. You were one of the rocks that this country was able to look to. And I know it's a tough weekend for you, but I cannot think of anyone I'd rather have speak to the people of America than Rudy Giuliani. And I want to say thank you for reminding us not what happened, but what America's all about. And I want to say for our audience, I hope you'll keep up with Mayor Giuliani. You can follow him on Twitter at Rudy Giuliani. You can get his Common Sense podcast at rudygiulianics.com.